right, let's bring in Michael Irvin, the playmaker, Hall of Famer. Mike, favorite artist of all time is who?
Oh my God, that's easy for me. I'm an old school guy. That's Al Green.
Oh, Al Green.
Al Green. Oh yeah, that's my guy right there, man. Oh, you talking about some love and happiness? That's it's funny, Dan. That's what I would listen to right before a game.
Al Green.
I listen to Al Green. I don't know why. I would listen to Love and Happiness before I brought you Pain and Destruction. I don't know why was I that way? I guess I wanted to calm the storm before, be that calm before the storm. But I love Al Green, man. That was me, man.
The Reverend Al Green, by the way. Can you give me a little Al Green?
Oh, man, I wish I could see. That's right there. Love and happiness. Yeah, I can't even believe. I've never sang for anybody, and I'm not about to I gave you a little song there. I've never done that. The two things I'm most afraid of, I swear to you, in my world, I promise you, is singing and dancing in front of people. Now, I let those people talk me into doing Dance with the Stars, and well, you know how that went after Bruno said, Bruno said to me, Michael, you're like the economy. We keep waiting on you to get better, and nothing happens.
How is it you can't dance, Mike?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I need tight hips to come in and out of cuts. At least that's what I told the guy when I got back on. After I was doing Dance with the Stars, I got back on the show where I got back to the studio, and the guy's like, man, Mike, man, you setting black people back 50 years, man. What's wrong with your hips? I said, listen, man, I don't play wide receiver. I need tight hips to come in and out of cut. I'm trying to say. But I can't dance. And my wife tells me, no singing. Even in the shower? I said, even in the shower, baby? She says, no singing in the shower. I said, baby, I pay all your bills. Everything I say should sound good. She said, no singing. Don't you ever sing again. So, I don't sing.
All right. Take me to the end of the game and what the Patriots showed the Seahawks. And if the Seahawks did they make the right call given what New England was showing them? It just didn't turn out right.
Well, I understand what we're saying when we say, hey, given the defense, we got a man-to-man coverage. We got man coverage, and what we're trying to do with our man coverage is run a little rub route. And it's an easy rub. Jermaine Kearse needs to release straight off the ball, and he would have gotten in the way of the interception. What's the kid name that intercepted the ball?
Butler,
the rookie. That he would have gotten in the way of the interception. But Browner jammed him pretty good on on the release, and he got a chance to cut in the interception. All of that is yes. Given that coverage, that's a good call for that coverage. Now, what they're not telling you is on the other side, Dan. On the other side is, how many times have you run that play in that situation? Obviously, quite a bit. The idea. So when they gave you that coverage and they saw that alignment, okay, here comes the coaching. He has studied your tendencies to know enough. If he gives you this coverage, you're going to go with this play. And he has driven this kid, Butler, and said, I need you to drive on that. I need you to drive on that in a crucial situation. And that's exactly what happened. That's why sometimes you got to say, all right, you're trying to trick me to do something. I am going to stick with what I do best. And that's the only issue I had, because the year before, when they beat Denver, I asked Pete Carroll when he came on the desk, I said, Coach, what do you think about this? He said, Michael, our question was, do we stick with what we do, or do we change because we're playing Peyton Manning? And we decided to stick with what we do. That's what got us here.
But
that's
Mike,
how we're going to win.
Did Lockett give up a little bit sooner or didn't go as hard? Because Darrell Bevell said, look, my receiver
All of that is true. Lockett should have brought it. But Lockett should have come in hard. He has to get across the face of the DB. And let's give Russell some problem here. Some of the credit for this stuff play too. Russell should have put that ball on that guy. The ball, he led him.
Yeah.
He led him, and he led him because he was thinking the release should have been better, and all of that space would have been free. Lockett couldn't come hard because the release was not good enough. So he's waiting on the release to clear. And the guy drives. All of that is true. And all of those are possibilities. That's why I still say, why go to them all? Turn the ball over to the Beast, win this game, and get out of here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're talking
And even if the Beast don't get in a touchdown, call a timeout and run that play next. Now you got both plays in.
Talking to the playmaker, Michael Irvin, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Yeah, my point was, if I'm going to throw a pass, I don't want that pass because I'm worried if it gets tipped. What's the worst case scenario? Unless I am so sure that I can complete that pass, then I'm throwing maybe a fade. Or I thought the best thing for them to do, though, Mike, is to
go back to Maxis. Go back, Max. Put the big boy on the outside. And chunk the ball up in the air once.
Either that, or I want a read option. So I want the defense to think three things: Russell Wilson, beast mode, or Russell Wilson is going to throw the ball. So he's either running, he's going to give it to Beast, or he's going to throw the ball. I got three things I got to think about, and I can't have the exact personnel in the in my defense to protect me against all three options there. That's what I would have done both times. If I didn't get in the first time, I would have done the same thing the second time.
Yeah, and they had done some pretty good things in trying to contain all of the read option to hold people in. But in order to do that, Dan, you can't attack. You have to make sure that you're leveled across the board. And in fact, if you're not attacking on a goal line, you're not winning. You're not winning. So I agree. They should have tried something. They should have tried something. I didn't like that play because it was inside, just like you said, and many of things. Russell's not that tall.
No.
A lineman could have tipped that ball up.
Yeah, I agree. And look, worst case scenario, Butler is called for interference, and you're not really losing anything if you're the Patriots. But right. I didn't like it. I do want to get to this before I let you go. How many scholarship offers were you given out of high school?
Well, I had quite a few. LSU, Syracuse, Indiana. I had quite a few. Michigan State.
Why did you go to Miami?
Well, then first I had recently lost my father, and I didn't want to be that far away from my mom, just in case something else went down. But also it was it was so great because Howard Snellenberger had landed a helicopter at the school when I was playing basketball. Man, everybody was like, man, in my neighborhood, it was like, man, where you going to school, man? Where you going to school? I said, man, I don't know. They said, you're going to Miami, right? It was almost like they were going to kick my whole family out of the neighborhood by this time with Miami. It was, that time, Snellenberger was, he was big down there. He was the first guy going in the hood to get the brothers to bring them to Miami. And if you didn't sign with Miami, you wasn't a real brother.
Wait, he was landing a helicopter in the hood?
Man, well, of course, by this time I had issues in public schools, and I was at a private school now.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say that.
Okay.
It came up like that, right? So I went to, and honestly, this school St. Thomas prepared me for what I did in college. If I stayed at the public school, Dan, I was like a vagabond, man. I was wandering with no direction, with no plan. But once I got to St. Thomas, it changed. But, yeah, it changed because every kid, all those kids, they all had plans.
So no names here. Best offer you ever got from a school was what?
Do a trip, Dan. You know, a trip. Hey, man, that's 40 years past for me, man. A Camaro.
A Camaro.
I was driving. We was driving me home in a Camaro. One recruit, as a recruit, and he said, "I said, but it's a nice car. I'd never been in a car like this. He said, man, this is a nice car." He said, "It's yours. It's yours. All we got to do is." I said, "What? What, man?" I told one other person that story. He'll never tell you what it is. That was my strength coach, Mike Walsh.
How about Eric Dickerson? Eric Dickerson had all kinds of cars, right? He had the gold Trans Am that he got.
Yeah, but ED was a bad man. I don't know. Listen, I'm not suggesting anything going on in schools. I don't want people to say, but I just feel like There was a chance to clinch my soul right there, and I just gave it to you.
So what was the Camaro in LSU colors is what I want to know, Michael.
Oh, no. LSU didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
So I can tell you it was not LSU. I can tell you that.
I mean, Florida State is what I meant.
Hey, stop that. Hey, don't you know I've had enough practice with lawyers? You can't get me with this.
Hey, Mike, always great to talk to you, and have fun at the Combine.
I always love talking to you, too, buddy. Hey, tell everybody I said hello.
All right, Mike, thank you. It's the Playmaker, Michael Irvin.